Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Thanks for being here with us. 888-900-3393. Great show lined up for you today. Jam-packed, full of stuff. As usual, I mean, there's never a shortage of things to talk about, that's for sure. Apparently, the foreign press, at least Sky News in Australia, is noticing something that most of the media in the United States refuses to notice, and that's Biden's mental acuity. According to Sky News in Australia, President Joe Biden's mental acuity has declined to such a precipitously low level that he probably couldn't find his way home after dark. I don't think he could find his way home in the sunlight.
Nope.
The network acknowledged that it received a heavy volume of emails about President Biden's intellectual presence after the cable news network has described Biden as struggling, barely cogent, and a human corpse. That coverage continued on Monday. Many of you wrote to me about Joe Biden. Alan Jones said, "Suddenly, the world's greatest power is in the hands of a slightly dazed bloke who looks like he's always waking up from heavy anesthesia."
Mm-hmm.
It's a good description. It does seem that way. Jones noted that Ronnie Jackson, Republican from Texas, former White House doctor to President Obama, has proposed that Biden take a mental acuity examination at once.
Trump's doctor, not Obama.
Says Obama.
Well, it's a misprint.
Did he treat both of them?
I don't know. I'll check, but he's not.
Perhaps.
The congressman, yeah.
It's clear there's no way that Joe Biden would pass a test to determine his cognitive ability or memory impairment. Noted the geopolitical implications of having an impaired commander-in-chief in the White House. Yeah, kind of a problem. The disturbing thing here is that the free world depends on the United States as the unfree world gains momentum. And the free world is run by a bloke who most probably couldn't find his way home after dark. The greater concern is he'd be replaced by the ideologically dangerous Kamala Harris.
Yeah, it's true. There's no way out, man.
Man, oh man.
By the way, Ronnie Jackson was Bush, Obama, and Trump's doctor. My goodness. He's been there a while.
If Putin sees this footage, and I'm sure he will, what will he conclude about the guy leading the world's biggest superpower? Plus, I mean, he spent time with him in person.
He's been in the same room with him. He's seen it for hours.
Not going to be a surprise to Vladimir Putin. I believe he realizes he isn't leading the superpower. We can rest assured that the American political establishment has some degree of control over policy. I don't think Joe Biden does. There was a poll of American citizens that also discovered that most people don't think he's in charge. I think it was 55 or 56% of Americans believe that somebody else is calling the shots.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of have to, based on everything we've seen.
But do you think it's one individual, or do you think it's a conglomerate of evil Marxists that get together?
Probably a little group, I would suspect. Maybe led by George Soros.
I was going to say, he's on the speakerphone every day. Conference call, George Soros, yeah.
All right. We have this poll we did on Twitter concerning the next governor of the great state of Texas.
Yeah, Alan West got in over the weekend.
Turned out almost exactly like the poll I just saw.
Oh, wow.
That was conducted, I don't know, AP or somebody in Texas. Chad Prather, 42%. Alan West, 35%. And Greg Abbott, 16%. Matthew McConaughey clear back at 7%, 7.2%.
Yeah, I put Matthew McConaughey in there just, because of the rumblings. I didn't even realize that, Don Huffines is running.
Yeah, he's
more of a Tea Party favorite.
He's behind, in a head-to-head with Abbott, he's behind 77-12.
That's a gap.
Yeah.
I might repost that at some point
lead.
And leave McConaughey off, because I think you can only do 4 options on Twitter and put Huffines in there and see what happens.
Okay.
But so Chad Prather in line so far. The trajectory says that Chad Prather will be the next governor of the state of Texas. You'd live with that. What if he'd still do a show though down the hall here at the Blaze?
You can't.
Can't do a show? Why not? What if he does it for free?
No, you can't.
Can't do a show?
No, you can't.
I was like, that's a law?
Yeah. Like Dan Patrick, he had to give up his afternoon show in Houston when he became Texas senator, and then he went on to, of course, lieutenant governor. But it gives you undue influence or something.
I see.
Some sort of deal like that. Yeah.
So you're not running for governor? Because a lot of people
No.
wanted to write you in. Jeffy got some write-in votes as well.
Jeffy.
Yeah, so. Oh, I'd so vote for Jeffy.
What is this? Brazil, Indonesia, the
If
Philippines.
Jeffy were on the ballot, we got to ask him when he comes in here if he'd be willing to serve. I would so vote for Jeffy in a heartbeat. Think about it. He'd show up, some disaster. Governor Jeffy.
If nominated, I will not serve.
Yeah, I will not
Or
run.
will not run. If elected, I will not serve.
Calvin Coolidge,
Yeah, our
greatest
Top-
president.
and one of the top three. For sure, top three. All right. Yesterday was an interesting day at the White House. Jen Psaki told us that vaccines, people are going to be going door to door from this administration to inoculate people. You're going to go door to door, really, in American neighborhoods. And I assume they're going to have the vaccine with them now. They're not just going to ask them, have you been vaccinated, right? And here's what she had to say about it.
In more healthcare settings and respond to hotspots. The president will outline 5 areas his team is focused on to get more Americans vaccinated. One, targeted community by community door-to-door outreach to
What?
get remaining Americans vaccinated by ensuring they have the information
Gotta
they
be kidding
need
me.
on how both safe and accessible the vaccine is. 2, a renewed emphasis on getting the vaccines to more primary care doctors and physicians, something that we've seen.
Just leave us alone.
Wow.
Let us make the decision. If I want to get it, I know where to get it. I know where to go. You don't have to come to my house like some roofer
That's fun.
or one of those pest control people. The people who are always at my door despite the fact that there's no soliciting in my neighborhood. So that's what I'm going to tell them when they show up. Yeah, there's no soliciting here. Beat it. Beat it. I mean, what can they do? They can't force you to get the vaccine. They can just come and make it really convenient for you, I guess. Roll up your sleeve. Would anybody do that?
I don't know, man. The tide keeps rising on this.
Who's going to do that? Then a few hours, Biden spoke about the same thing.
Oh, I like this guy. What's he got?
A few hours later, here's
Special focus
The
on
president.
5 ways to make gains in getting those of you who
You
are
can't count to
unvaccinated
5.
vaccinated.
Oh, stop.
Because here's the deal.
Here's the deal, Pat.
We are continuing to wind down the mass vaccination sites that did so much in the spring to rapidly vaccinate those eager to get their first shot and their second shot, for that matter, if
Yeah.
they needed a second.
let them
Now
get
we
it.
need to go to community by community, neighborhood by neighborhood, and oftentimes door to door, literally knocking on doors to
Literally.
get help to the remaining people protected from the virus.
What?
To get help from the remaining people to get protected from the virus. What? Did that?
By neighborhood, and oftentimes door to door, literally knocking on doors
Literally knocking
to
on.
get
Well,
help
knock
to
on
the
my door.
remaining people protected from the virus.
You don't knock on my door, dude. I mean, what is he coming to your town? Is Joe Biden? I mean, it's rare that a predator telegraphs his next move, but beware, Joe Biden heading to your neighborhood to knock on your door. You can knock on my door all you want. I'm not answering it.
Come and knock on my door.
Oh no.
You know what that's from?
Yeah, Three's Company.
Okay, good. So you're not that young.
No, I'm not that
Or
young.
never.
I enjoyed
Three's
that show,
Company.
Three's Company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What? You don't want to go down on the 70s memory lane here?
Not really. No.
It'd be better. Even Carter's era would be better than the Biden era.
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
I'll take the bell bottoms. Mm-hmm. I'll take. Boy, roller derby would be awesome again.
Those ugly orange 3-piece suits and that kind of stuff. Orange everywhere. For some reason, the 70s was the decade of orange.
Wait, I just wore this obnoxiously orange shirt yesterday in this room. It was about this color. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You saying I'm living in the past?
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, well.
Kind of saying that, yeah.
Yeah, but it's going to get ugly. If government agents start going to communities and think of places that are the percentage of people that are not vaccinated, the number is really low, like Texas, are they seriously, they're going to show up en masse into neighborhoods like mine and yours and say, roll up your sleeve. Oh, that's going to go well.
Don't go looking around, Benito.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's going to get ugly, dude.
Also, Pathead Mary Beth sent this to us yesterday. Members of Congress are donating the clothes they were wearing on January 6th to the Smithsonian.
Stop! Come on! They are making this into something.
This makes me throw up a little.
Yep.
Has anyone been asked to donate their clothes from Chaz/Chop? How about bras or bras? Remember?
That was in here.
The Chaz Chop area? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Boy, those blankets were nasty, too. I didn't tell you about them. They were picked up off the floor in the corner of the warehouse back here. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, we'll donate those to the Smithsonian.
If they call.
Seriously,
So
Democrats,
far they've not called.
they are doing everything they can to make sure this is something that it's not for all history.
I mean, really? You're going to give that to the Smithsonian? It was a riot. Do you get clothing from every riot that occurs? I'm pretty sure not, because there were many of them last year, all during the summer. Spring, summer, and fall, we had rioting.
And that was the most tame one of the bunch, was the D.C. one. That was, let's take a podium. Mm-hmm. Let's go stand in the speakers deal up top there, you know?
Yeah.
The podium area, whatever it's called. What's it called?
It's called the podium area deal.
Let's go stand in
Yeah.
the podium area deal and get
Yeah.
our picture taken. Whoa! Oh my gosh! Did we get Putin on the phone and say, I'm in charge now? Is that what that guy did with the little horn hat?
Yes.
Did he do that? Mm-hmm. My God.
I want to be clear in how I characterize
you.
this. This is mostly a protest. It is not, generally speaking, unruly.
That ain't a riot, what we're seeing right now in
Blazing
Minneapolis.
fire in the background. It is not, generally speaking, unruly. Yes, they made a bonfire of several businesses behind me, but generally speaking, most businesses in the city are not on fire. So,
Don't you remember all of those MAGA hat wearing people that poured gasoline all over the Capitol grounds? Lit that match
I don't.
as they rioted?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, so what we got here with this whole Smithsonian thing? Ugh.
So Representative Andy Kim posted this on Facebook 6 months ago today. Yeah, yesterday was the 6-month anniversary. I guess we're going to mark 6 months.
Uh-huh.
Will we mark 8 months, 9 months, a year, a year and a month,
It's
year
kind of
and
like
4 months?
It's like when you're dating in middle school.
Uh-huh.
You're like, oh, we've been
isn't this
girlfriend
cute?
and boyfriend for 7 days.
It's our 2-week anniversary.
2 weeks.
Annie. Maybe you should look into the meaning of Annie. Annie as in anniversary. Yeah, it doesn't mean it's a weeks or months thing. It's a yearly situation.
I see.
6 months ago today, I wore this blue suit, Andy Kim writes, as I cleaned the Capitol after the insurrection. Now, I just donated it to the Smithsonian. January 6th must never be forgotten. While some try to erase history, I will fight to tell the story so it never happens again. Let me share with you my story. When the Smithsonian asked me to donate the blue suit, I thought about how the suit itself is remarkable. Unremarkable, actually.
Wait, what?
Bought off the rack at J. Crew during a holiday sale.
Listen to this guy. Okay.
I wanted a bright blue suit to wear.
Uh-huh.
People wrote saying the blue suit gave them a sense of resilience and hope. Sure. I'll bet they wrote to him saying that. Hey, you know what, Andy? Your blue suit gave me a sense of resilience and hope. It really did. And
Yeah.
I just had to write to you about it.
Wait,
There's not a single person who wrote
How do
that
you
to
get
him.
triggered by a blue suit that gives you a...
I don't know. For me, I was in a tough place. In days after January 6th, I had an unshakable regret that I didn't do more to keep people safe. But feeling of hope and resilience in the cards helped me feel stronger Thank you. The Smithsonian called later in January. To be honest, I was confused when they called. Okay. Well, I'm confused right now because I can't imagine that the Smithsonian is interested in your blue stinking suit. I wasn't thinking about how the day would be remembered as I was still living it. In fact, after the call, I had to pull over on the side of I-95 as I started to tear up uncontrollably while driving home. He cried about the blue suit and the fact that the Smithsonian wanted it.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful. This is a beautiful tale.
It is
I was still not okay. When the Smithsonian requested the suit, I tried to imagine what an exhibit about January 6th would look like. Perhaps it would have broken glass from it would have broken glass from shattered doors, torn flags and signs. Hideous, horrible. Oh, those memories of the broken glass and stuff.
I think it's more of a threat to your life to pull over on the side of I-95 anywhere up and down the East Coast than it is to be at the Capitol on January 6th.
A little scary, for sure.
Oh, no.
Video of the mob trying to hijack our democracy.
Mm-hmm.
But there was so much more to that day. But that's where it ends.
Wait,
what else was it going to tell us?
I'm trying to find where the...
I want to see the rest of the story.
I want to find where the blue dress is.
Yeah.
That's what I've been Googling over here.
Oh, that's so
Monica
pathetic.
Lewinsky was offered $1 million for the blue dress, by the way.
Did she sell it?
I don't see a follow-up here. That needs to be in the Smithsonian.
Doesn't it, though?
Seriously. Got a president impeached.
No room now because they're getting...
Got the Andy Kim blue suit.
Yeah, the suit from
Can't
Andy.
make room for...
Because on that day, it's a day that will live in infamy.
Will it?
Yeah. It already is. It already is living in infamy. So pathetic. There were bad things that happened. We've talked about that. You know, some police officers got hit over the head with some things by unruly rioters. They got carried away. Some. I mean, it was a tiny minority of the crowd, but some did get carried away. But let's not make it out to be Iwo Jima or the Battle of the Bulge or even 9/11, because it wasn't that.
Yeah, and let's not overlook the fact that the video evidence shows that people dressed in black, effectively instigators as far as I'm concerned, arrived once things had calmed down at some of these entrances and busted out the windows and said, "Here we go, let's go."
Well, I saw a whole bunch of pictures that I hadn't seen before of the actual shooter, the guy who shot and killed Ashley Babbitt,
yes,
Capitol police officer. And in the photos that they took of him in the background, who's in the foreground but that John Sullivan, Antifa guy, who is from Utah and organizes all kinds of Antifa rioting.
Mm-hmm.
He was there in Provo, Utah, when the crowd got all carried away and shot a guy in a truck because he was just driving in a truck.
It's interesting how he appears at all of these locations,
isn't it? Yeah. Huh. You wouldn't think maybe he's an instigator of violence.
You know, to this day, Ashley Babbitt's family still has not been told anything about the person that killed their loved one.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's
despicable.
It is so
despicable.
This is not good.
888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. When it comes to car and home insurance, don't we deserve better? I know I do. And so that's why I put my policy to the test and turned to Gabi. They literally stand for Get a Better Insurance, G-A-B-I, Gabi.
I love it.
Our producer, Rob, in the other room, just did this. Just went to Gabi and downloaded or uploaded his information to them, and they found him a better insurance policy for $200 less a month.
Wow. That's...
saving him $200 a month.
Wow.
That's pretty sweet. So getting better insurance with Gabi means a better price for the same insurance company. Who knew something like this even existed? Gabi customers save $961 a year on average. Obviously, Rob's saving more than that. And they'll never sell your info, so no annoying spam or robocalls, anything like that. Put your policy to the test like I did, like Rob did. Get a better insurance with Gabi. Totally free to check out, and there's no obligation. Go to Gabi.com/unleashed. GABI.com/unleashed. Gabi.com/unleashed.
Pat Gray.
How about this? New Hampshire's teachers union, their largest teachers union in New Hampshire, opposes mandatory vaccination of students and staff. Wait, what? Hold it. What?
Check hasn't cleared to the union yet.
That's amazing. NEA New Hampshire has always advocated for vaccinations to be available, but it really is being left up to the educator or the parents of the child to decide whether they want to get the vaccination or not. That's all I ask. That's all we're saying. All we are saying is give us the vax. No, or not. You know,
Give
whichever
us
we decide.
a choice.
All we are
about that?
saying.
Please give us
Okay,
a
yeah.
choice.
Give
A choice. Give
us
us
a
a choice.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
888-900-3393. But I'm surprised.
They're
the
going to knock
teachers
on your
union-
door, though. Don't worry.
Well, the administration is, not the New Hampshire Teachers Union. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Would you, honestly, though, going back to that, would you allow, would you, if the government knocked on your door, syringe ready, you going to trust the government showing up with a vial, with a syringe ready to inject? Okay.
No. Not the government, not anybody showing up with a syringe.
Yeah,
I'm
hi,
sorry, no.
we're here. We heard you were vaccine hesitant.
Yeah.
So we're going to take the initiative and
And move on.
go
You're going to
away.
leave.
You're going to go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be around that time when I find the AR-15 that I lost in the sea. Or
A lot of people were wondering if that was going to happen on Twitter. A lot of your audience yesterday.
Yeah.
Wondering if you were going to
I don't
conveniently
know.
locate.
It's possible that I might try to locate it if something like that were to occur. So, yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Because it's in a super deep body of water. We know that.
That's all you recall.
That's all I remember.
Because that was a bad accident. You bumped
Bad.
your head and forgot
did.
everything from that day.
Except the depth of the water.
Well, that's weird. The brain's weird.
Yeah,
the
it is.
trauma.
Isn't
It's
it
hard
weird?
to predict how it's going to respond
It
to
is
that.
kind of strange. I'd like to forget some of these videos from these liberals
gosh, it's
that
just-
keep popping up. Either they're in love with the vaccine or they're in love with the guy who
What's
is
in
telling
these-
us what to do all the time.
What's in the ingredients? Seriously, it's something
In
that
the
is-
vaccine?
It is destroying people's brains.
It is cult-like behavior. This is really strange. I mean, they talk about Trump supporters being a cult. What about these freaks? Look at this latest liberal finding love. So beautiful. So beautiful.
Some of you may know already, but I am no longer single, okay? I'm off the market, and I'm going to introduce you to him right now. Let's just get it over with, okay?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go. Woo! Okay. Don't ever leave me.
That's embarrassing. Okay. That's embarrassing.
I didn't realize
Why?
hell would be climate controlled.
So if you didn't see it, if you're not watching on Blaze TV, that was a pillow with Anthony Fauci's face on it. And she kissed it. And that's who's... So I guess she's off the market. She married her pillow. Is that what happened? These people are stark raving nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Never mind Joe Biden, your prediction of he will leave the presidency before Christmas. Yeah, right. Are we a nation this Christmas at this rate?
Man, who knows?
This is...
Who knows?
Help.
Also in Lancaster, California, the mayor, who is a Republican, his name is Rex Paris. He has this to say about city employees getting vaccinated.
I don't want anybody in this building who's not vaccinated. That means employees. You send them home. If they're not vaccinated, they are not allowed to come in here. Same thing with the first responders.
Really?
If the sheriff's department is not vaccinated, I do not want them working in our city. And I want our city attorney to figure out a way to make that happen.
There are limitations
Wow.
because it's not fully FDA approved yet.
I understand that works someplace else.
I will look into the maximum extent we can enforce that.
I just do not understand how it is possible that we can't make it so you cannot infect people with a disease that could kill them. Okay, you don't want to get vaccinated? Fine, stay home. I don't want them in this building. I want them out there on the street. That's when elected officials have to stand up and say, sorry, I understand you don't want to. I understand you don't believe in it, but this kills people. You have to do it.
Corby.
There's a lot there.
How long's our delay again?
Lot there.
Oh.
I just don't understand how Americans could have freedom of choice. They could choose what they put into their bodies. I just don't understand it. Wow. That's a Republican?
Yeah. Oh, this guy apparently wanted to mandate all houses or something have solar panels in the town.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, this guy's... Shut up.
Jeez.
You've all got relatives like that, though.
Yeah.
That refuse to see you. Like, oh, you don't have the vaccine. I don't want to see you. Oh, I guess I'll mark off the rest of my life then. Because that guy is represented in every family listening right now.
And something that could kill you. There's such a small chance of that. There's such a tiny chance of dying from COVID. It's what? Is it even 1% in the if you look at the overall population, is it even 1%?
No, it's not. No. And how about the vaccine? I mean, we've got this story out of Michigan. This 13-year-old kid died in his sleep 3 days after getting his second dose. And we've got the VAERS numbers.
That was just a wild coincidence, though, Keith.
Oh.
It's a wild
coincidence. Because 13-year-olds are dying in their sleep.
Dropping dead every night.
With no previous health conditions.
Every single night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In fact, a lot of 13-year-olds, I encourage them not to go to sleep. You might wake up dead. So...
Wait, you would wake up dead?
That's really sad. Where was this kid?
Michigan.
Where did this happen? Michigan.
And as somebody rightfully reminded me from your audience, the numbers at VAERS are estimated to be around 10% of what's actually occurring. Because not everybody takes time out of their morning to report to that website what's happening in their life. These people, this guy in California.
Russia's powerful Orthodox Church is telling people who refuse to be vaccinated that they're sinners.
Come on!
Who have to atone for the rest of their lives if they don't get vaccinated.
Okay, stop!
Speaking on state television, Metropolitan Hilarion, head of the Moscow Patriarch.
Wait, what's his name?
Patriarchate's, it can't be his name, right?
Yeah, sure it is.
Or is that a title? Metropolitan Hilarion? Yeah, I mean, it looks like that's his name.
Band name.
Speaking on state television, Metropolitan Hilarion, head of the Moscow Patriarchate Department for External Church Relations.
That's his name, Pat.
That is crazy. Said those refusing to vaccinate were committing a sin for which they will have to atone throughout their lives.
Okay.
He added, I see situations every day where people visit a priest in order to confess that they had refused to vaccinate themselves or their close ones and unwillingly caused someone's death. The sin of thinking of oneself but not of another person. So, vaccinate or repent.
My family still needs me around. I think I won't get the vax. How's that one work there, Metro? Can I call you Metro?
No, I prefer Metropolitan.
Well, no. Aren't we close enough? We're good enough friends. I can just call
really
you
not.
Metro.
We're really not.
Met.
No.
That is literally his name.
Metropolitan.
Hilarious.
That's a new one. 888-900-3393. Also add Pat Unleashed on Twitter.
What a world, man.
Yeah, what a world.
It's fun, right?
Yep.
It's fun.
We're having a really good time right now.
Time.
Tell you about a couple of things you might not understand are totally racist so that you can expunge them from your life.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Way too much racism going on.
You're a helper, Pat.
I try. I do what I can. Got this tweet from Lone Wolf. Door-to-door roofers are more trustworthy than the Vax Squad. Yeah, that's for sure. Space Force enthusiast, listen. do not come to my door. If the 3 cats and 2 pit bulls don't get you, it'll be followed by an angry vet and short woman. Please, stay away. Stay away, Vax Squad. Tobin for Pope campaign. It will be interesting to see whether the door-to-door COVID Vax crew chooses to visit Pat or Keith. Since there's no road connecting their homes, they'll have to decide which of the two is their priority.
Go to Pat's house first. He's more vulnerable.
Yeah, it's true. Wes Usery says, well, if you're not smart enough to obtain an ID or get online, you need someone to vaccinate you on your doorstep.
There you go.
Okay.
Show
right.
up and
That's right.
make things right.
And as we know, minorities can't handle it.
The other portion is a lot of people don't know how to register. Not everybody in the community, in the Hispanic and the African American community, particularly in rural areas that are distant and/or inner city districts, know how to get online.
They just can't get online.
Those areas, though.
Yeah.
Just the ones in the rural area
or the
inner city areas, right?
Yeah.
Just those.
So that's a good thing. Everybody else knows how to get online, I guess. So that's great.
Terrible.
This happy music means
hello.
It is once again time to chew the fat.
A little disappointed.
I can't hear you. Whatever it is you're babbling, I can't hear you. That's by design, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, this is so loud, so we drown out your voice.
No, I just asked Corby to pull it down a little bit. Stop! No.
No, it was designed.
No. I think I'd rather die.
Just incredible how long it goes on.
I know.
It's incredible.
It's good.
They really think they're
really
nailing it.
Really good. That's what it is.
It's really good.
I'd hate to hear how practice was.
I'm a little disappointed in you, though. You're less than an enthusiastic supporter of the possibility of me becoming governor of this great state.
Governor Jeffy, get going, man.
I mean, if that's what the people want, how can you say no?
Oh, you can't. You can't.
You think the people want it?
Probably not, but that's not the point.
Still, let's chew the fat now with Jeffy.
I want to thank Facebook, along with Instagram, almost the same thing, I know, for informing me that what I posted was false information.
Oh, no.
Not a joke, not humor, not satire, but false information. Really. No kidding. So I posted this the other day with the caption, "Why no, I did not know that." And you know, I believe, you know, Kansas City welcomes 25 million visitors annually. And it's just, and I just want you to, and Facebook apparently, if you thought this was real, really get yourself checked. Okay. I know it wasn't real. It was just funny. But Facebook decided to remind me and my followers this is false information.
So they didn't really screw up the sign?
No.
Somebody.
No, I mean, it's just a joke. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh, really? They didn't? Oh, that's
I
too
mean,
bad.
there certainly wasn't a story about the National Travel Tourism Week people or the Visit KC people getting fired over their sign. So it was just a, you know, just an internet joke.
So did airfare to Kansas City with that sign going viral? Did the
Increase.
prices go up or did they plummet?
Yes. Many things went up
I bet.
to go to Kansas City. Congratulations are in order to Joey Chestnut.
He did it.
Number one ranked eater in the world. The Nathan's famous champion of the world. Joey Chestnut!
Thank you. He broke his own record. 76 hot dogs consumed in 10 minutes. He now holds the top 10 spots of all time for a single Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Michelle Lesko of Tucson, Arizona, is the women's champion this year. 30 3/4.
How many could you do?
30?
Yeah.
That just goes to show you that men are just...
Jeffy.
Well, that's the thing.
Better
Go
competitors.
identify as a woman and take over that contest next year.
I've said so many times I'm tired of saying it, Keith. Right? I'm not a speed eater. I'm a distance eater.
He's a marathon.
I'm like the Kenyan of eaters. All right?
Oh yeah, that's what you
distance eaters.
Let's see the top 10 again. All Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, the record was Joey Chestnut.
76. Wow.
Is his stomach getting bigger?
He does it virtually every year. Sets another record. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
By the way, he was 26 hot dogs ahead of the second place guy.
Yeah,
76 to 50.
Yeah, and it's
not even competition.
If you talk about identifying, that's the guy that needs to identify as the female.
Yeah,
and go over and win. Now, I will say that the pseudo, the female that is usually the champion, who's won like 7 or 8 years in a row, she sat out this year because apparently she's pregnant and gonna have a baby and didn't want to be a part of the hot dog.
Babies don't like hot dogs?
I guess not.
What?
So she sat out, and her record was 48 and a half last year.
Oh, wow.
So she dominates on the women's
31
side.
for the women this year?
Sad. I know.
That's sad.
Plus the winners, like Joey gets the belt
Yeah.
and $10,000. Right, for just the hot dog eating contest.
Yeah.
And second place gets $5,000. I mean, he should identify as a female because the female winner gets $10,000 too.
Oh, wow.
So just go over and take it over.
Right. What's to stop you from identifying as a female? Huh.
I know. Anyway, just congratulations to Joey Chestnut.
I actually watched the competition.
Yeah, it's awesome, man.
Yeah.
George Say is awesome, the guy that announces, and he's the founder of the eating contest.
He
and
really
stuff.
gets into it.
He's awesome. Yeah, I talked to him.
It's like the Michael Buffer.
Yeah,
the Michael Buffer of food.
Yeah,
eating contests. So yeah, it was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
When they interviewed Chestnut afterwards, it looked like he really felt sick. He was like,
I mean,
he was not doing well.
76 hot dogs. Oh yeah,
Jeffy's theme song was playing in his gut, probably.
Oh yeah,
and it's 10 minutes, is it?
Yeah,
God, that's a lot of hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Wow.
And you look at that lineup from 2007. He was at 66.
Yeah.
Right, so now he's at 76 in 10 minutes.
Incredible.
So I know. I mean, practice, but that's a lot of hot dogs.
And you would expect a guy like that to be, super overweight. He's not. He's actually in pretty good shape.
Well, yeah, we are. The speed eaters and distance eaters are. Yeah, that's part of the. That's part of the
what, do you
training.
have a mouse in your pocket?
It's part of the
I
training.
was talking about Joey and his thinness.
No,
perhaps you didn't understand what I was saying because I don't think we're on the same wavelength.
Really?
Yeah, really.
No, I never. Those guys, the speed eaters, they're not.
Yeah, they're in shape guys.
Yeah.
Remember the guy who used to win all of our competitions was Japanese.
Yeah.
I don't remember what his name was.
Or something like that. Yeah.
And then along came Chestnut, and now we've had
Took
the
it over.
American
Kobayashi.
Kobayashi.
Kobayashi, same thing.
Yeah.
And he dominated for a short period, and then Chestnut knocked him over, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time. So anyway, congratulations, Joey. Tyson Foods, speaking of foods, is recalling 8.5 million pounds of chicken may be contaminated with listeria. The chicken products include fully cooked chicken, Tyson pulled chicken breast, fully cooked diced grilled chicken breast with rib meat, charboiled boneless chicken meat for fajitas, and my favorite, more. The items were distributed across the United States to both retailers, facilities, hospitals, nursing homes, and schools. And in fact, the investigation found that one person had died from listeriosis during this investigation. So remember, if you have one of these bags of Tyson products, return it or just throw it away. But get rid of it and don't do that.
All right.
And you know the symptoms.
Of listeria?
Of listeriosis,
I actually don't.
Fever, muscle aches, headache,
Fatigue,
stiff neck, confusion,
dry mouth,
loss of balance.
Hold on. How do you spell listeriosis? Let's hear it.
Listeriosis.
Thank you. I need to look this up.
And it's preceded by diarrhea and other gastrointestinal symptoms.
Lovely.
So there's that.
Okay. Let me take 1 minute and tell you about free email. Free email services like Gmail and Yahoo. They're not really free.
Wait, what?
You pay with your privacy. That's what happens. You give that up for not having to actually send them a check. And since those companies have access to every email you send and receive, Big Tech can sell your data, and they do. Start Mail keeps my email private, period. Every email is encrypted, even if the recipient doesn't use encryption, which means Big Tech can't read, scan, analyze, or sell my personal information ever. Not even Big Brother can snoop around your email. You know what? Tucker Carlson might want to look into this so that the NSA doesn't read his emails. Start Mail. It's backed by the most stringent privacy laws in the world. You get unlimited anonymous aliases. This feature protects your main email from spam and phishing attacks and all that nonsense. I mean, I don't trust Big Tech, and neither should you. So start securing your email and your email privacy with Start Mail. Sign up today. You'll get 50% off your first year. Go to startmail.com/unleashed. That's startmail with a T, START, startmail.com/unleashed for 50% off your first year.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
And more Chewing the Fat with Jeffy.
So we were speaking of gastrointestinal issues, and the CDC.
Were we?
Yes, we were.
speaking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The CDC issued some swimming tips for this past holiday weekend and the rest of the summer.
Wait 45 minutes before going swimming?
That wasn't one of them.
Oh, okay.
No, one of their first tweet was, "Don't swim or let your kids swim if sick with diarrhea." And their
thank you for that
video
safety tip.
and their
Good.
video from
no.
the CDC shows the kids sliding.
Oh, no.
Only takes one person with diarrhea to contaminate the entire pool. Their next tweet was diarrhea and swimming don't mix.
You think?
What in the world? Is it an animal on the attack? What is happening here?
So
gosh.
just remember that this summer. Some of these germs can survive in properly chlorinated water for almost an hour or even days, even in pools with proper filtration or disinfection. Many facilities, and I did not know this, many facilities use one filtration system for multiple pools, which causes water from multiple pools to mix. This means germs from one person's body could contaminate the water in multiple pools. Just something to think about next
How many
time
pools do
you
you
go
got,
to the
Pat?
public pools.
I just have the one.
Just the one?
Yeah, I got one pool.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
With
have
one
multiple
filter?
pools.
You don't have like a...
Not really worried about it.
Well,
Olympic size over
but
here.
It's important. This is important
Yeah.
information you need to pass along to the family.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah. The CDC. Boy, somebody in their graphics department went above and beyond, didn't they?
That's your hard-earned tax dollars right there. At work.
Jeez.
Nice
Wow.
little do.
That is nasty.
As of Monday, Jeff Bezos, no longer the CEO of Amazon, the company that he founded back in '94. He is still executive chairman. You know, they came up with a title for him. He's left as the richest person in the world, though, as of yesterday, $200 billion. Good for him. He founded. Now he's going to be busy with Blue Origin, which he founded in 2000. That's got to eat him up, right? He's founded that before SpaceX. And Elon gets all the love, but Bezos is going to space the 20th of this month. And he said, I was reported, I didn't realize this, and they claim that in high school, when he was school valedictorian, he did an interview with the Miami Herald and said he wanted to build space hotels, amusement parks, and colonies for 2 million or 3 million people who would be in orbit. So he's on his way. You got to have goals.
So I got a question.
Got to
Jeff.
have goals.
So Bezos is going to space. Has Elon Musk ever discussed he himself going to space?
Oh, yeah.
But he's talked about
said
he wants to go
to Mars.
But he hasn't. He has not gone
He
yet.
intends to go to Mars.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
there you go. Bezos wins this round, though.
Yeah, he absolutely does. And Bezos, I wouldn't be surprised to see him buy an NFL team. I'm sure the NFL.
Bezos?
Yeah, I'd like to. I'm sure the NFL wants him to buy the Redskins. I'm sorry, the Washington football team.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I apologize.
I mean, we could look over diarrhea and listeria talk, but you say the word Redskins.
I know. I apologize.
It's on.
But they're treating Snyder, really bad. They put his wife in charge now, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Bezos put some cash out for that. Plus, did you know that he's building a 10,000-year clock? A 10,000-year clock out in West Texas. The clock of the long now. It's going to tell time for the next 10,000 years. No. Right now, he's invested about 42 to 50 million in it. It's a huge mechanical clock, ticks once per year, chimes once per millennium. He and some millionaire scientist friend of his are building this clock. In fact, he tweeted a video about the clock 2 or 3 years ago and said the installation has begun. For those of you listening on Blaze Radio, I mean, they're just showing the installation and the making of the 10,000-year clock.
A clock that ticks once per year. And all I can hear in my head is Barack Obama say, at some point, you've made enough money. I mean, you're building a clock that chimes once a millennia?
The clock of the long now.
Stupid name.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at those jobs, though.
I know. I know.
Where is this thing, Jeffy?
That's out
West
in the middle
Texas.
of West Texas, yeah.
That's cool.
Can you see it from the interstate?
No. No, he talked about...
Plus you have X-ray vision.
It's powered by day-night thermal cycles synchronized at solar noon, a symbol for long-term thinking. The 10,000-year clock is coming together thanks to the genius of Danny Hillis, Xander Rose, and the whole clock team.
What a great clock team.
I know.
It is a great clock
right?
team. I've always said that clock team is probably my favorite clock team.
Really?
In the whole country.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The clock of the long
Out of
now
all
team.
the clock teams that I watch, they are probably among my favorite clock teams.
Yeah.
Well, who's your second favorite clock team? Let's know.
They're so far below you don't even
No.
want to know.
I want to know. We got time.
Well, there's a clock team in Bemidji, Minnesota that's working on a 10-minute clock.
The clock of the short now.
So, and thank you for being here with me and us. 888-933-93. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. I'm a lickin' butter. I love that name. Tweets, Jeffy's theme, a school band or a herd of elephant plummeting from a cliff? Wow.
I mean,
wait a minute.
That's pretty accurate.
I'm a...
Yeah, no kidding.
Wait, I'm a?
Those are...
Yeah.
I'm a lickin' butter.
butter.
Those are talented kids.
Thank you. Who worked hard.
Yeah.
And practiced for that performance.
Whoa.
I don't... Maybe they're
Slow
talented,
down.
but they're not talented at playing musical instruments.
No. Whoa.
What, you won't hear it?
I will not.
Okay, well...
I don't appreciate her thinking
I
that
won't
it
abide
sounds
it.
like death of animals. either.
Right? Coffee Lover M tweets, I'd love to see Jeffy challenge Joey Chestnut at the hot dog eating contest. Pretty sure Jeffy would win by a couple hundred. But see, it would take Jeffy longer.
Yeah, that's the point.
Well, let's make it a
10 minutes
24-hour contest.
Chestnut
will be
see
on
how many
the
you can
toilet.
eat in 24 hours. That'd be great.
All right.
Did you do 500?
All right.
How many could you do?
You do 500 in a day.
Oh, man.
Right? Come on. You could do 500 easy.
It's a lot of freaking
I bet in an hour you're about 400, 450, something like that.
It's a lot of hot dogs, man.
Yeah, then you got to...
And you got the buns.
And what he does is puts the buns
in the water. Soak
That's
it, swallow it.
So gross.
Soak it, swallow it. Soak it, swallow it. I know.
That's nasty.
I know.
You got this down to a science.
He does. He has it. And then he just...
Right.
Kind of slurps up the hot dog. At the end of the competition, he had both cheeks. He looked like a squirrel with nuts in his cheeks. That's how many hot dogs he had jammed into his face. It was kind of gross, but he won $10,000.
Good for him and the belt.
Yeah.
And retains the title.
Right.
He's the
Not
man.
worth it.
Creepy Biden Whispers tweets, so the CDC is saying nobody from the Biden administration can get into a pool?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It is right. This NFL star, this cornerback for the Baltimore Ravens, Marlon Humphrey, is in a heap of trouble right now because
is he in jail right now?
He not yet, but he should be.
Yeah, no kidding.
When you hear how offensive he is, you're gonna join the search for him to find him and get him into a prison cell somewhere.
Not familiar.
Representative Cori Bush, Democrat from Missouri. You probably heard about this. She tweeted a couple of nice tweets about American freedom. It's only for white people, and that black people, quote, still aren't free, unquote. When they say the 4th of July is about American freedom, remember this, she wrote. The freedom they're referring to is for white people. This land is stolen land, and black people still aren't free. That's what she wrote. Then...
This coming from a congresswoman,
yes,
by the way.
Yes.
Someone who works for, what, a couple $100,000 a year?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever,
almost.
I'm sorry, 170.
174,000.
A year. Got elected.
Yep.
From people in her state.
But I guess she's not free?
Guess not.
I guess. So here's what Baltimore Ravens cornerback Marlon Humphrey wrote on Twitter. I feel free, LOL.
Oh, my gosh.
You bastard. How dare you?
Oh, my gosh.
How dare you say that? I feel free, LOL. And they pile on this poor kid. He's 24 years old. He's doing pretty well for himself. He makes $19.5 million a year.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Of course he feels free because he is free.
Because he decided to play in the National Football League.
And he worked his butt off his whole life so that he could get to a talent level that very few people on earth attain. And so he's being rewarded for that now. And sorry, you can't enjoy that. They jumped all over him. You feel free and being actually free are two entirely different things, my boy.
I know.
First of all, you don't call him a boy.
I know, my boy.
We're not free until we're all free, my boy. Another did the same thing. So they're doing racist slurs against this kid because they're such a-holes. And you got this. Okay, Marlon, I see where you can say that, but realistically, you're not. Strip away the NFL contract, and you're still just a black boy to these people. God. Jeez. We're not free as a people, and people that can make a change like you need to realize that. Come on. You did not miss the whole total point, did you, sir? We as a people were not free on the date it celebrates. You weren't free 2 days ago?
What are you
3 days ago?
about?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Probably a reference to 1776.
Yes,
but,
obviously.
But what was the point that the person made just before that? It's like, hey, you're in a position to speak out and make a difference. Well, why is he able to do that? Because he's been successful in the freest country in the history of mankind. That's how he's in that position to be able to speak out.
Yeah. It's pathetic. I mean, this is awful. They can't let the kid, just enjoy his life.
No.
And they got to beat down everybody who feels differently than they do. And here he is in the NFL and doing incredibly well in the gay NFL, right? We had that we had that ad the other day. It said the NFL is gay. It's also trans. Do we still have that?
That was the end of, they were celebrating Pride Month.
Right. They were celebrating Pride Month, and at the end of Pride Month, they came out with that ad.
Yeah.
You still have that around, Rob? Yeah, here it is. Football is gay. Lesbian. Beautiful. Queer, life, exciting, transgender, powerful, bisexual, freedom, American, accepting, everything. Football is everything for everyone. Wow.
Think about it.
And then the Rainbow Shield. NFL proudly accepts thetrevorproject.org. That's great. So the NFL is gay.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
Okay.
That on the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field, The umpires gathered at midfield for the start of the contest. 2 minutes before the coin flip, it was discovered that on the Green Bay Packers football team, a total of just 18% of those players were lesbian. 43% of the football players were gay.
Okay.
5% representation from the transgender community.
Wow, okay.
But only 1.4% questioning. Just 2.9% of the team was queer.
Okay.
And shockingly, less than 1% each intersex or asexual.
Wow.
Not to mention, just one single player who identified as Two-Spirit. Upon realizing the seriousness of the egregious violation of Two-Spirit rights,
okay,
the umpire and field judge both fell to their knees and wept at midfield.
Well, that's tragic.
How they cried. Could the NFL claim to be gay when this type of unadulterated discrimination existed on the Green Bay Packers football team? Good question.
So it's been going on for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, this discrimination.
Yeah.
The NFL is finally
has.
it's finally owned up to it. Yeah.
Finally they own up
So will any NFL jerseys, perhaps the referees themselves, will they be wearing sequins on the field as part of their new uniforms?
Perhaps.
Is that going to be part of the deal?
Sure be nothing wrong with it, I'll tell you that right now.
No, there would not.
Not a thing wrong with it.
Maybe they have instead of the black and white stripes, maybe they just do the rainbow.
The rainbow stripes. Yes.
By the way, speaking of the rainbow, did you
Yes.
notice how quickly at midnight, June 30th, all of the corporate logos on Twitter immediately switched back to their own. I mean, feels like
Pride
hate to
Month
me.
was over.
Well, right, but it
does
should be
feel
Pride
like-
Year, Jeffy.
It does feel like hate.
It feels like
Why?
hate. That's all it is homophobia in action, right there in front of our eyes.
What
at
are you
midnight.
embarrassed to have a rainbow symbol on July 1st?
So you don't have Pride now, I see.
You would think that they would at least
Fascinating.
keep it going through the 4th, right?
You
or
would.
up to the 3rd, and then move to the red, white, and blue
Right.
4th.
Right.
Yeah, you would think.
Right?
Yeah, I'm sure there's red, white, and blue logos out there.
I'd love to talk to many members of the NFL and see how excited they are about the NFL being gay. I'd love
It
to.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter one iota. I just want to talk to them about it. Okay? I just want to make
Doesn't
sure.
matter.
I just want to make sure they're as on board as the rest of us.
Do ya?
It does matter.
Do ya?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do. I want to make sure
Okay.
they're as on board with the NFL being gay, trans,
Okay.
bi, asexual, transsexual, transmissive, transmission, whatever they are.
IA 2+.
Yes.
Onward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I just want to make sure they're on board because I will not abide anybody not being on board.
Onward.
Just playing a game.
That's all they're doing,
Come on.
Jeffy. Right.
Just let it go.
No,
matter.
I won't. Come on, they've changed. They've turned upside down our entire civilization has just been turned upside down with
Yes.
this.
Well said.
And it's
There's not one corner of it left untouched.
right. Exactly.
I mean, just draw an issue out of the hat. They have flipped it on its head.
Do you remember the big discussion in the 2000s about gay marriage? What does it matter to you? How's it going to affect your life? I don't know. Has it? What's changed since gay marriage was approved, made legal? What's changed? Everything.
Has it affected your life?
Absolutely everything in society has changed.
Okay, I don't know that they're all connected to that, though, right?
Yes,
well,
it's a
you do-
start. Yes, it's connected. Please. This has been the goal the whole time. It's never been about tolerance. It's never been about just allow me to live my life and love is love and don't worry about what I'm doing in the bedroom. I've never worried about that. I don't care. It's all the other stuff that we're being beaten with now over the head. Everything. I mean, we have to change our language and our civilization right now because of all this.
Well, Barack knows.
And here we are. Yep. And here we are. And math is racist.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah, that's
Okay?
true.
There's another thing.
Now,
that
I'm on
is
board with
changing
this
our
one. I'm on board
civilization.
with this one because math sucks.
Yeah. U.S. educators are slamming math workbooks that claim it's racist to ask students to get the right answer.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow. Educators condemn the $1 million Dismantling Racism in Mathematics program funded by Bill Gates, which tells teachers not to push students to find the correct answer because it promotes white supremacy.
So let me get this right. Is this accurate? Bill Gates funds this math thing that's basically CRT, but it's not CRT enough, or what? I don't quite follow this, but it seems like another case of liberals eating their own, and I like that.
It does seem like that.
Yeah. It's dumbing him down. I mean, it's keeping Bill Gates and his Microsoft empire strong. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's part of a larger push nationwide to teach students about critical race theory. It's amazing how far along that is, too. Speaking of changing everything in our society, now we've got to teach white kids that they're racists. And there's nothing they can do about it because you're just flat out racist.
Yeah.
And even if you don't think you are, you are. Even if you've never thought bad things about a minority, you still are. You've got incredible advantages just because of your skin color. And so you need to know that. When it used to be.
And not only do you need to know it, you need to apologize for it.
Exactly. And you need to stop having that unfair advantage as well.
They're making sure of that.
Yeah.
Well, I would put forth the theory that science is white supremacy, since most scientific methods that we have are from Europeans or descendants of Europeans. So therefore, this science that is worshipped so much by the left, as they like to think, it's actually white supremacy that you're worshiping.
It's a really good point, Keith.
Okay.
It's a good point.
Let's go there.
And since we just celebrated the 4th, we might as well say it. Fireworks are racist. Okay?
Wait, what?
Fireworks are racist. You don't know the hidden toll of 4th of July fireworks. You
I
don't
do not.
know the hidden toll, but I'm going to tell you about it.
Celebrates the death, doesn't it?
Well, it's no secret fireworks can cause some serious air pollution, right? In the United States as well as other countries like China and India. But not everyone is equally at risk from the noxious particles that suffuse the sky. So when those pyrotechnic light shows go off and explode, they're coming down on
lower incomes,
BIPOC. On the BIPOC.
Uh-huh.
That's what's happening, my friend.
Not only that,
the BIPOC?
They're coming down on the BIPOC.
The BIPOCs are, climate change affects them more as well. So
Yeah, of
they're
course.
they're just being bombarded.
Of course, they are being bombarded. So another little change in our society.
So how do fireworks know to fall down on BIPOC?
Because they're usually invented by or put together by white people.
Oh,
and
and
the
they're
white people
aiming them?
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly, Keith.
That's horrific.
Plus, the wind machines that are out there, all the weather controlling machines.
Thank you.
Whitey runs those.
Now, we've talked about that.
So when the fireworks go off, they blow them toward the BIPOC.
Yeah.
We've talked about how the wind is blowing toward poor, neighborhoods where minorities
That's right.
are, and that's why they're all held down because of the wind. Well, apparently,
we wouldn't allow it. I had fireworks in my neighborhood, and we wouldn't allow that unless we had the giant
Right.
fans blowing it toward
well,
the
that's
lower
that's
income
that's a great
neighborhoods.
point, and it's not only
Thank
the wind,
you.
but the heat knows where to go too. Congressman
Yeah.
has made this clear in a tweet that I hope we get to.
Just another part of our civilization we need to turn upside down and eliminate. Fireworks and math. Plus, there's more. We'll get to it in a second here. First, I got to tell you about Real Estate Agents I Trust. These are the people that you can turn to when you're trying to sell your home. If you're trying to relocate to a new area, you got to sell a home and then you have to buy a new home in a different part of the city, state, or country. Real Estate Agents I Trust These are the agents who know what they're doing. They really have great marketing plans. They've got track records that are exemplary. And they want to help you get rid of your home quickly and for the most money. And really, the only way you're going to get the most money out of it is if it sells quickly. This is Glenn's company, so his people have really vetted these real estate agents very carefully. If they can't find somebody they're really excited about in any given market, we just don't have somebody in that market. But I think we've got 1,400 agents now, so they are all over the place. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com. Got a few tweets here. Caffeinated Texan tweets. My attitude regarding the Washington football team, it wasn't offensive until some millennial told you it was offensive. It wasn't offensive. That is kind of what happened. And that's what happens when we're offended by all this nonsense. Yeah. You know, people aren't really offended by most of this stuff. They pretend they are because they're told they should be. And it's just nonsense. Panther Blue tweets, how long till the NFL swaps the uniform for drag outfits? What a season that will be. LOL.
Be fun to watch.
Wouldn't it, though?
Oh, gosh.
Wouldn't
it would not.
Yeah, it would.
Kara 3022, hey, gang. These should be the next NFL referee shirts. Oh, do we have a photo of those? Because...
No.
Apparently not.
You don't?
Apparently we do not.
Oh, here they are. Right here, then, since we don't have it there.
Oh, Keith is going to show us.
Show them up.
Uh-oh.
Come on.
You got it? There it is.
There it is.
That's going to happen.
The official...
That will happen.
That is absolutely going to happen. Yeah. I guarantee
I'll bet it will.
Because
so true.
I bet it will.
It'll be
They'll
maybe
have
not
the refs
a month.
dressed like that in the rainbow outfit.
Yep.
And then some of the players will wear rainbow cleats.
Yep. Oh, the end zones will be just a swath of rainbow.
And they can auction it off, and all the proceeds can go to the Trevor Project.
as should be the case.
It's coming.
Thing wrong with it.
It's coming.
Good.
And they can go. That can go back to back with the We Hate Cancer month or whatever it is.
Yeah, because is that October or November?
Yeah, that's October.
It's October.
Yeah.
So either September or November can be a full
now wait a minute
Pride kind of thing.
Now wait a minute. If we just leave Pride Month alone in June, maybe we extend the NFL season to year
June?
round,
Okay.
just so we can play in Pride Month.
I'm good with that.
Now that's a good trade-off.
I'm good with that.
Give me the rainbows if you give me football year round. Okay, we got this.
Yes,
everybody wins.
I love it. All right, 888-900-3393. Senator Ed Markey from Massachusetts tweeted this out. Extreme heat is a justice issue. Thank you for finally. Someone said it. Finally.
He's still doing the virtue signal mask. Twitter pic.
Finally. Thank you, Ed.
It's been said.
Within the same city, some neighborhoods can be up to 20 degrees Fahrenheit hotter than others. Yeah. Studies have shown that heat risk is disproportionately distributed to communities of color, to the BIPOCs.
Yeah.
In patterns associated with segregation and redlining.
So that's where, the heat knows. The heat seeks out minorities. The heat is racist.
Don't be ridiculous, Keith. It's Whitey with his Whitey weather machine blowing all the heat to the BIPOCs. That's what he does. He directs the heat, makes it 20 degrees, 30 degrees hotter for the BIPOCs than it is for everybody else.
Can we see that tweet one more time, please? I think we have the title for today's show. I believe the term heat justice. We got it. That's what extreme heat is a justice issue.
Thank you. Finally. Again, finally somebody said it.
Hello.
Oh, wait, what's this? Systemic problems require systemic solutions?
Oh,
he introduced something.
That's why I introduced the Environmental Justice Mapping and Data Collection Act. I love that.
Oh, no,
I love that one.
data collection.
It will identify the communities most at risk from climate impacts like extreme heat so we can address problems before they become emergencies.
I mean, that'll tie into what Buttigieg is trying to do, right? In moving all the interstates and everything that are racist so they can bring those together.
Right.
It's just, it would almost seems like everything is upside down.
It almost seems like the entire civilization has been turned upside down.
It almost
doesn't
does
it?
seem like that, doesn't it?
Weird. It almost seems
we're
like that.
legitimately talking about interstates being racist.
Yeah.
Well, blacktop.
Yeah. Interstates are racist. Fireworks are racist. Math is racist. Heat is racist.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is there anything no? Everything is racist.
Oh yeah,
everything.
There's one last area that we haven't covered there, and it's...
I love this. We got to save this for a minute because we don't have time to do it justice here.
Oh.
But we will do it social justice after the break.
Nice.
That's unbelievable.
Isn't this a fun time to be alive in America?
Fun time. You bet. You bet.
Boy, there's no trouble coming up with show prep anymore like the olden days, is there?
No, there is not. All right, we'll get into this new social justice issue.
Yes!
Coming up in just a second. All right. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. This tweet from Ty Lemon.
I love it.
According to the University of Maryland, 13 people die each year as a result of white supremacist violence in America. 13.
13?
Yeah.
That's 13 too many.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
This is precisely the same number that are crushed to death by vending machines.
Wow.
But again,
are you sure?
It's 13 too many.
I believe that we lose more than that to
vending machines.
Yes. I feel like vending machines are that's a good thing at only 13.
Have you rocked a couple of vending machines in your life?
Absolutely.
I have.
Absolutely.
Who among us hasn't? Seriously.
Will CNN cover the threat of vending machines with the same deranged enthusiasm? I hope so, but I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Waiting for the big vending machine expose?
Something tells me that's not on the way. It's incredible. All right. Here's something that maybe you haven't considered. We've learned a lot this morning. We've learned that fireworks are racist. Mm-hmm. Highway systems are racist. Mm-hmm. Math is racist. Mm-hmm. Heat, extreme heat is racist. And now,
what?
If you are to deny evolution, it also is racist as a form of white supremacy.
Wow.
To deny.
Yeah, so if you don't believe in evolution.
Of evolution. If you don't believe in evolution, you're a white supremacist.
Okay.
Yeah, you're a racist hater.
Okay.
Are you going to tell me why?
No, I'm going to try to, yes.
Okay, good.
I'm hoping the article explains it because it is in Scientific American. Okay, Scientific American.
I love Scientific American.
Who doesn't? How long have you had your subscription?
I can't even count.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back so far that I don't think time.
I think the original
had even
records
started.
Were burned in their original building.
Yeah. All right. After a year of lockdown, museums, libraries, and bookstores across America are reopening. This cultural reawakening is beginning. It coincided with both the Juneteenth holiday and the one-year anniversary of one of the largest protests in American history against racial injustice. As bookstores reopen, many are organizing displays of children's books that celebrate Black history. What you won't find in even the biggest collections of books is the story of the dark-skinned early people who launched human civilization.
The dark-skinned early people.
Here we go.
The dark-skinned early people.
I'm writing a new children's book.
About dark-skinned early people?
Dark-skinned early people.
That's a great title for the book.
I know.
It's catchy, man.
I'm reading it.
Right?
If you release it, I will read it. Okay? The global scientific community overwhelmingly accepts that all living humans are of African descent. Most scientific articles about our African origins focus on genetics. The part of the story that's not widely shared is about the creation of human culture. We're all descended genetically and also culturally from dark-skinned ancestors.
Yeah. That's what it says in my dark-skinned early people book. Okay.
You've got to get me a copy of it.
Okay.
Get me a copy
What's
of
the
it.
age range for this book that you're writing?
8 to 16.
You can't read it if you're under 8?
No, I should have taken it to 18, but I stopped at 16.
Okay.
Wow. The dark-skinned early people,
It's
yeah.
unusual for you to stop at 16 and not go to 18.
Wow. A lot of good information in there.
I mean, you can read it if you're 17 or 18,
But you're saying it's for the 8 to 16
predominantly 8
range.
to 16.
Can I read it if I'm in my late 40s?
Yes.
You're in your late 40s?
Yeah, late 40s, like 47. We're all descended,
like 47.
genetically and also culturally, from dark-skinned ancestors. Early humans from the African continent are the ones who first invented tools, the use of fire, language, and they invented religion, apparently.
Thank you.
These dark-skinned early people, the name of your book, I think it's a little bit irritating that he's taken the title of your book and put it in this article.
So when you're reading that, are you skipping the part where it says dark-skinned early people? Does it say, comma, Fisher 2021?
No, he doesn't attribute at all. He's not even attributing.
That ticks me off.
Yeah, right?
Especially after I'm a member of the American Scientific.
Yeah, right, scientificamerican.com
people.
Community people. Considering the short lifespan of our early ancestors, these original innovators were probably also very young. No one who follows artistic trends will be surprised to learn that from the beginning, human culture was essentially invented by teenagers.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's why the book goes between 8 to 16-year-olds.
The dark-skinned early people were huge fans of early
Teens,
rock and rollers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Chuck Berry, Elvis, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all making sense now.
Mm-hmm.
I think the dark-skinned early people were actually earlier than that. But go
Were they?
ahead. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No culture. Wait a minute. Okay, so and by culture, I don't just mean the arts. I mean the whole shebang. Okay?
Thank you.
Wait, that
You're
word's in
welcome.
the article?
Shebang.
Shebang.
Shebang is in
What?
the article.
That was in a Scientific American article?
Yes, shebang. The word shebang. I want to unmask the lie that evolution denial is about religion and recognize that at its core, it is a form of white supremacy that perpetrates segregation and violence against black bodies.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to go that far in my book.
Didn't you?
No.
That's probably a good idea.
yeah.
You didn't give him the whole shebang?
No, apparently not.
Under the guise of religious freedom, the legalistic wing of creationists loudly insists that their point of view deserves equal time in the classroom. Science education in the U.S. is constantly on the defensive against anti-evolution activists who want biblical stories to be taught as fact. Okay. No matter what you think of creationism, no matter what you think of intelligent design, there are many respected scientists right now who do not believe in evolution anymore. Look it up.
Look it up.
Google it. Who is the guy that he's been here multiple times? Is it Malcolm
Gladwell?
Gladwell. I think Malcolm Gladwell is one of them.
I think so too, yeah.
And then there were some other respected scientists who were like, okay, we're wrong on the Big Bang Theory. That's nonsense. And the evolution thing doesn't work either. It doesn't work. They've never been able to fix that theory. So don't give me this nonsense about oh, I can't take it. There's too much today. Too much.
Yeah.
I can't take it.
The arrogance and
and the insanity that we have to deal with and pretend is okay and pretend like we all go along with it. No, I don't. I don't go along with it. Okay?
Resist. We must.
And we will much about that. Be. What is the end of that? I can never remember now.
Wait.
All I know is
you don't have it in there?
Probably.
Oh.
Resist, we must. Much must. Emails lost.
Emails lost or something. Oh, here we go.
Traffic emails.
Hold on. I think I might have it. Maybe. Maybe not.
You might.
Oh, boy.
Okay, Sharpton.
But resist.
There we go.
We must.
We must.
And we will much.
About that.
About
that.
Be committed.
Be committed.
That's
committed.
our slogan now. Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze.
Resist. We much. And we will must. Much.
About that.
Be
committed.
True
And
that.
damn it, I mean it. And I mean it. All right?
But resist. We much. We must. And we will much. About that. Be committed.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. I mean, facts are facts.
Now it's official.
You can't
Facts
argue.
are facts.
You can't argue with it.
Thank you.
You can't argue with it.
Truer statement has never been made, Jeffy. Facts are facts.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
I am 9 years old and I know that.
All right, let me tell you about how to alleviate pain in your life. If, especially if that pain is brought on by inflammation, then there is something you can do about it. And this is not a drug that you are going to get addicted to or become dependent upon, or you have to get from the doctor. You got to go to a pain specialist every couple of months and go through all that hassle. This is all natural. Omega XL. And yes, because it's all natural, I was a little skeptical about my pain, but I started taking it anyway because I thought, what the heck, why not? And after a week, the pain started to go away, and after 2 weeks, it was gone. It's backed by 35 years of clinical research. This isn't some newfangled thing. Comes from the pristine waters around New Zealand, these omega fatty acids. To get you started on your Omega XL relief of your pain, go to OmegaXL.com/Pat right now. When you buy your first bottle, they'll throw in a second one for free. That's OmegaXL.com/Pat. Buy one, get one free. Or you could call 800-844-4888.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Okay, so we've learned today fireworks are racist. Freeway systems are racist.
Right.
Math is racist. Heat
Yes.
is racist. Denying evolution is racist.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, here's a slightly different explanation on the heat waves. I don't know. Everybody's saying that, it's global warming. That CO2 just traps all this heat. And, either that or the temperature is going up, so the CO2 goes up. Could be either one of those, according to Al Gore. Well, yeah, sometimes that is the case, but the opposite is also true. How can the opposite of what you're claiming to be the problem be true?
Checkmate, I win.
And then
Briefly.
you still have the same theory.
Absolutely, you do.
Is that bizarre? They get it. They have it both ways
Yes.
on every single issue. But here's a guy explaining historical heat waves. I love this. I'm going to make some sense here.
Hello, this is Tony Heller from RealClimateScience.com.
Hi,
ABC
Tony.
News
What's up,
is
dude?
reporting Pacific Northwest braces for historic heat wave, and experts say climate change could be to blame.
Right.
Seattle and Portland are bracing for triple-digit highs.
Yes, that all
Let's take a
happened.
look at the
That all
forecast
happened.
weather map for tomorrow and see what these experts are talking about.
All right.
You can see that there's going to be downslope winds coming from Idaho.
Downslope
which is going to
winds.
bring
I hate 'em.
temperatures in
That's a good
Seattle
band
and
name.
Portland over 100 degrees.
Okay.
This is today's global temperature anomaly map from the University of Maine.
All right.
The Earth is 0.2 degrees Celsius above average, with many areas of the Earth being quite cold.
Screensaver.
But according to ABC News, this hot spot here in the Pacific Northwest is caused by global warming. Experts say that carbon dioxide is trapping heat over Washington and Oregon, but for some reason it's not doing such a good job here in Wyoming where it's quite cold. But now let's go back to June 1859 and look at some actual signs.
June 1859.
Southern California was experiencing some downslope winds.
No.
On June 17, 1859, at Santa Barbara, California, on the coast, temperatures rose to 133 degrees Fahrenheit.
What?
That would have been a world record temperature at that time. 2 hours
133.
later, temperatures had dropped to 122 degrees Fahrenheit.
Brr.
And 5 hours later, they dropped down to 77 degrees.
Seriously.
Bone
Downslope
chilly.
winds
Bone
cause the
chilly.
air to
Downslope winds
Pause it
again.
for a second. Think about that, though. If
I
it's
know.
133 in the afternoon and 77 at night,
Right.
you're cold. That's a drastic
That's
change.
them downslope winds he was warning
It's the
them.
downslope
Yeah.
winds. Yep. Okay, let's see the rest of this.
If you've
55
ever
degrees.
used a bicycle pump, you know that the pump can get very hot from the air which is being compressed inside.
Sure.
It was incredibly hot in California on June 17th, 1859. A fisherman who was out at sea came back with his arms all blistered.
Oh, no.
Many calves, rabbits, and birds died of suffocation.
Oh,
The greatest
no.
losses were among
birds are-
vegetables.
Guess they
The
were
fruit
real
trees
back
are all
then.
burned.
Pause it for a
The pears
second. You imagine if that happened today? It's so hot. Birds are dying of
No, it
suffocation.
couldn't happen.
Wait, are birds
Because
real, though?
No, they are not.
Oh, that's right. So they're not going to. So this was a lie. Even
Well,
back
no,
then.
back then they were real.
Oh, they were
Oh,
real.
that's
Back
right.
then they were real because they
Didn't kill him until when was that?
late 50s, early 60s,
That's
they
right.
started killing
CIA
them.
got involved.
Yeah.
Sure.
So today, it's fair to say birds aren't real.
Correct.
Okay. All right, let's see the rest of this.
Apples have been literally cooked. Climate alarmists will of course claim that the thermometers were not working properly, but that won't bring the calves, rabbits, and birds back to life. The San Francisco Chronicle reported the same thing. In eastern parts of Los Angeles and Santa Barbara counties, the mercury rose in the shade to the startling figure of 133 degrees. Cattle full in flesh perished in the fields, and birds dropped lifeless from the trees from the withering blast.
Wow.
And here's another article from August 13th, 1859. Extreme heat in California. The weather has been excessively hot in all parts of California. At Mariposa, the thermometer rose to 118 degrees in the shade. Timbuktu was 121 degrees. California was experiencing world record heat in 1859. Carbon dioxide levels were well below 300 parts per million, so something else must have been causing the heat. Let's look at something else which happened 1 month later in September
Pause it for a
1850.
second. I hope he's not headed towards blaming it on that 2 million degree burning orb in the sky called the sun.
Whoa.
Please don't go there. Don't tell me the sun has something to do with the heat on this planet. Don't go there.
Yeah, no kidding, Tony.
All right, let's see where he does go.
The largest coronal mass ejection from the sun ever recorded occurred in September 1859.
He's blaming the sun.
There it is.
The northern and southern lights were seen all the way around the world. People saw the northern lights in Havana, Cuba.
Did they?
The only other times
That's
that
cool.
occurred were in 1789 and 1848. The northern lights were so bright that the lamplighters seriously contemplated extinguishing the street lamps. The telegraph lines were shut down. So much electricity was passing through the wires that the operators couldn't touch the equipment without getting shocked. Electronic communications were severely disrupted by this solar storm. If a similar event occurred now, a lot of people believe it would cause massive disruption to our power and communications infrastructures. The world's record heat in California during the summer of 1859 was probably associated with the unusual solar activity which was
really warm
occurring
that
at
summer.
that
Blaming
time.
the sun.
But the immediate cause of the record heat was downslope winds.
Whoa.
In 1859, some members of the press actually tried to report real news. Unlike the science illiterates we have in the press now, who report fake news all the time.
Yep.
Washington State set the record temperature almost a century ago at 118 degrees Fahrenheit. And Oregon set the record temperature in 1898 at 119 degrees Fahrenheit.
119.
Will Washington and Oregon break the record temperatures tomorrow? Probably not.
No,
but if
they
they
didn't.
do, it certainly won't be due
I think
to
it was
carbon
116, wasn't it?
dioxide.
Yeah.
Toto's been pulling back the curtain on these fake climate experts and fake reporters for
Don't
the
do it,
past
Toto.
13 years. You can visit him,
Oh, look at that.
Kyrie, and
All right.
Caesar.
You can
on
visit Toto.
RealClimateScience.com.
That dog's dead.
What?
Burned right up. Yeah. Burned right up.
That
Yeah.
stinks.
Ran outside
Walked
in
outside.
the Portland heat and cooked it.
Hit the sidewalk.
You had a hot dog right there. All you needed was a couple of buns. Oh, man.
Good stuff.
That's rich.
Did you write that down, or is that just off the cuff?
I didn't. That was just right off the top. That's the kind of
Wow.
There's no off switch on this genius, my friend. Mike in Kentucky. Hi, you're on the Blaze.
Hey, Pat, I had a quick funny story for you about your critical race theory.
All right.
All of the issues that the critical race theory attacks, calling them races, math, language, history, all those wonderful things, all those things just happen to be the things that universities use for criteria to accept students, and the things that the teachers are required to teach in order to be able to continue getting their budgets. Don't you find that quite odd?
I do.
When I was in law school, once you get to law school, they have a wonderful thing which is called special needs. So if a student comes to the faculty and says that they have a special need, they can cite what is called racist anxiety disorder, which allows them to schedule their exam in their classes, and they're given an extra hour and a half to do so. Now, in law school, you have 3 hours,
That's
one
a lot.
day
Yeah.
every semester to take your exam, and that's your only grade for that class. You either pass, fail, and all students are ranked according to how they test. But here's the kicker. All of the scholarships are given based off of your ranking in the class. And if I claim critical race disorder or race anxiety disorder, I get an extra hour and a half to take my test. I get to take it in a private room by myself, and I can schedule it whenever I want.
Wow.
And then my grade gets ranked against everybody else that had to take it at a specific time and was only given 2 hours and 50 minutes to do it.
Those people weren't struggling. I don't know why that's so difficult to understand.
Sure.
Rather interesting.
It is rather interesting. Appreciate it. Thanks, Mike. Good points there. Something to think about. The BIPOCs get a little extra help.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, a little extra help.
It's almost as if the people are, giving them extra help are racists, thinking that they need it all the time. It's almost as if that's the case. It is
isn't
almost
it?
as that.
Huh. Isn't that strange?
It is strange.
Man.
It is strange. Did you see where, what's her face? Nicole Hannah-Jones turned down the gig?
Yes. She got
After all that.
After
putting them through the ringer.
Yep.
Nah, you know what? I'm not taking it.
Yep.
You're not worth it.
Okay, I'm going to sue you because you're not giving me tenure immediately. Okay, we're going to give you tenure immediately. Okay, I don't want the job.
Nah, I don't want it. I'm not going there.
Yeah, she's going to Howard University
Howard.
instead now. Now, this is the person who made up American history that suited her. It's not real. Everybody knows it. Even the New York Times said it's not actual history. Then why is it being taught? Why is it being taught? I just read, was it critical race theory or was it this 1619 thing that's in 4,500 schools already?
Oh, that might be CRT.
I think it's CRT.
Yeah.
And it's something I just barely have become aware of. And it's already in 4,500 schools.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable.
Well, like we've mentioned here, the people that put this originally together go back to the 90s, and they're just loving how it's taken root now.
They are.
They are patient. They are patient.
When we're seeing the effects of it, when we see the interviews of the college students on the street,
yes,
hating America,
right. Yes,
believing that we're a racist country, believing that Europe is a country. We see that.
Yeah.
We see it every time.
And believing that we're not a great country. In fact, we're not even a good country. In their estimation, I mean, you saw those kids the other day on that campus reform thing. They have a disdain for America.
Sickening.
Yeah. Not only do they think we're not exceptional and not great, they don't even think we're good.
Right.
And just about anybody could be better than we are. What was it? The one girl said, I don't know, some small, tiny European
there's got to be some
country.
Small country somewhere.
Why is there a small European country that's better than here? Like who? Who are you talking about?
Europe.
Yeah, somebody in Europe. Liechtenstein? Is that where we're going with this?
Sure. Okay, great.
It's unbelievable. It's really sad.
And they asked the one
really
if they'd give up their passport. Oh, yeah, I could still come and visit.
No.
You know what?
No, you can't.
No,
I'm sorry. No more visits.
Yeah.
We'll send you to Zimbabwe. It's a one-way ticket. You got no passport. You can't come back.
Come back.
Good luck. God bless.
Thank you.
As Jeff Fisher might say. Good luck and
God
bless. And we'll see you next on the Glenn Beck program with Stu. And Jeffy may join us as well. And then back here tomorrow on Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.